she play like?
Do you think it's because men are better?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on,
They are.
Take the compliment.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think you're so good and so arrogant that you can't be compared to nobody?
Right.
And then you're talking about, oh, you can't be compared to men. Why? They're better than all of you. What are you talking about?
Like, wait, okay, this is my platform. This is my YouTube show. Pipe down, child.
Oh, she's like, pump the brake.
Pipe down, child. Right.
Pump the brake,
right.
girl.
She probably like a whole 19 years old. It's like, look here, youngster. Don't you raise your voice at me. Hey, yo, what's poppin', y'all? I'm Ace.
Hi, and I'm Star. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Alright, bet. Let's get into it. Alright, so boom. We back here with Pearly Things, and we got a woman on here that thinks women are better than men at sports. That sounds absolutely hilarious. Let's see what she's talking about.
But I feel like the world we live in, so this is where society standards come in. I feel like personally, in my opinion, your opinion, don't get me wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah.
I just feel like personally, we're in a world that's more evolved. But back in the day, yes, football and basketball are sports that's more associated with men. And women have worked their asses off, their bloody asses off. I'm trying not to swear, guys, to get to where they are, the level of where they are. For example, I even had an argument with a guy that said one of the girls.
No, let her say it.
I'm awake.
Let her say it.
I'm awake.
Yo,
Why does she play like a guy? Why does she play like a guy?
Do you think it's because men are better?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on,
They are.
I'm talking.
Yo, this is something that's funny, right? Look at the visceral reaction to hearing that men are better at any type of sports.
No.
Yet, let's especially look at the sports that are judged purely by numbers, like track and field.
Oh, yes.
Men are better.
Yes.
Men are faster. Men in high school.
Visibly can notice this.
In high school, I ran track too. On top of playing basketball. When I was in high school, I ran Olympic female times in track and field. In 100 and 200 meters. I was 17. It's just like, and just doing it for shits. Like, the gap between men and women, like physically, is just absolutely ridiculous. Testosterone. No, gapping.
It really is gapping. Like, what?
Right. Testosterone is a real thing. It's just like, so, like, what, I don't understand the visceral reaction to someone saying that, because you know that that's true. Like, we're not about to have a basketball game against men and women, and the men won't beat them by 100. Like, what are you talking about?
Like statistically, in every category,
Scientifically,
yeah.
biologically.
So by every measure,
Biologically,
piece of data that you can measure, then win.
Men's muscle and the muscle at cool. It's on a different level.
Yes.
This girl worked her arse off to get to the standard of basketball that she plays. She's a pro player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
guy
physical.
plays like a guy. That's so degrading. She worked her arse off to get to where she is.
I think that's degrading.
Why is it that
It's degrading
it seems,
to be compared to the people that are the best at it?
It seems like they just want they want to be complimented and like noticed for their achievements. Nobody's saying that you aren't great. Like, you are great.
You're great among women.
Like, among women. That's
right,
it.
but being compared to a male basketball player can't ever be something bad, because technically they're better than you. So even if you want to say that, oh, well, you know, they should be compared to other women, that's fine. But if, you know, like Serena Williams, we don't compare them to male tennis players. Like, there are certain sports that they're basically the same when men and women play it. Even if the men would still beat the women if they played against them.
Like soccer?
Yeah. Or tennis. It looks the same when they're both playing it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the same. Track and field, it's the same. They're fast still. They're not as fast as the men, but they don't run against men, so it's not a big deal. They are still fast.
But they have, though.
But I know, but what I'm saying is, but when you watch basketball, something like basketball, it's noticeable that they're completely different.
Yeah.
The men are doing shit that the women couldn't dream of doing on their best day.
Absolutely.
Because the athleticism is off the charts. Ain't no women in the WNBA that can touch the top of the backboard.
I mean,
we're
look
not
at the stats.
like, what are we talking about? Like, the type of alley-oops we've seen LeBron James catch, We like oh my goodness, like this it's not even something to discuss. So the problem is that they're discussing basketball. That's the problem. Like we need to live in reality and understand what we're looking at.
She
makes like a woman.
But why is it degrading? If men are better, like they're better.
More supreme. That's a whole different level.
Men are okay. This is.
Men are not in the conversation with that kind of thing. Like her working her ass off, getting to that point. Like to break a man, it's almost like a
why?
Because it's
like why? Okay. This is my platform. This is my YouTube show. Pipe down, child.
Oh, she's like, pump the brake.
Pipe down, child. Right.
Pump the brake,
right.
girl.
She probably like a whole 19 years old. It's like, look here, youngster. Don't you raise your voice at me. Fuck. What are you talking about? In my yard.
Like, why is your first instinct to get angry when men are like if we compare men to women, like they don't get angry. Like, why is your first?
No, because this is insulting that you actually think this.
If the comparison is accurate, they don't care.
I'm saying like basketball, right? Men statistically in every single. I'm sorry, it's not a fun reality.
Right.
But statistically, like in every single category are better than women. Like there's like really good high school teams that beat WNBA teams all the time.
So like,
I don't know if that happened, but I'm pretty sure that never happened. But they probably could.
maybe over there in their country.
There's no WNBA.
What if I say you play like LeBron James? Would you be offended? No, because
Right.
And it's also the mannerisms. That's all
Right.
it is.
Exactly.
It's your mannerisms as that you play like a
No,
man.
I mean it's not. It's
really
not mannerisms. It's saying that you play with the strength and power of a man, and women don't play like that. There's a way that men play basketball that women don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain players that have a high focus on physicality, and women simply don't play like that.
Oh, okay.
Like you ain't never. I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch the WNBA, but I don't ever see motherfuckers in there acting like Dennis Rodman. Never in my life. I don't see motherfuckers in there acting like Bill Laimbeer, fucking Edward Scissorhands out here just chopping niggas out the air. I even in the 90s when they allowed that type of shit, I never seen any women act like that. Like it's just women don't act like that.
Yeah.
They're not that aggressive. They are aggressive, but not as aggressive as men.
Right.
So it's just like there's a certain way that men play that you could like that's it's too aggressive, too physical that you're just like you're playing like a man. You know what I mean? Or something like that. You know what I mean? Something with a high level of physicality. I mean, I would presume that that's what the reference is, and I don't see any insult in that.
Right.
I wouldn't be offended, but I'd be like, so my gifts and my talents are overlooked.
How are they
to be
overlooked?
compared to
LeBron is better than
NBA player. Yes, great NBA player, but I'd be like, can I not play like Jessica? Can I not play like me? Like I understand what you're saying, but just the
you
fact
could,
that
but everyone. You see, you could, but everyone gets their influence in basketball from somewhere. Like when you see a lot of players, there are very few players that have a unique type mannerism or way in which they approach the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can look at almost any player and pick out NBA greats who were great either during the time before they were born, right before they were born, or while they were growing up, and you can say, "Oh, I see so and so's influence in you." Like it's like Jason Tatum, even though he says this all the time, it's like it's obvious watching him play the type of moves that he used. What's his influence? Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, the same type of backing down, hesitation, pull up fadeaways. It's the same thing. So he just does it a little different. Like there are a lot of people that just put a variation on previous player styles, and it's not disrespectful to be compared to prior great players. You're goofy. It's an honor to be compared to somebody who was nice before you, and they say, "Oh, I see so and so in you." You should take the compliment.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think you're so good and so arrogant that you can't be compared to nobody?
Right.
And then you're talking about, oh, you can't be compared to men. Why? They're better than all of you. What are you talking about?
women can't be like, oh, she's a great player. She plays like herself. Like I wonder how long she took to train, blah blah, to get there. But to be compared to a man, it's like, okay, why can't I be compared to Lisa?
Well, I just don't understand why it's a bad thing. If they're good, like I don't think it's
as women. Like me personally, I can say I got complimented in the comparison of a woman, right? And that was the best feeling in the world because I was playing beach volleyball one day, and this guy on the court was like, "Yo, you're Black Serena Williams, but in volleyball."
Yeah.
I was like, "That is amazing."
But you weren't offended by that.
Because she's a woman and she paved a way for female athletes.
But I'm saying
like,
like,
but man did not pave a way for us. We did. Okay, women were doing it for.
No, she didn't.
First of all, let's just get this clear that
Woo!
the first women to play sports learn how to play them from men. Let's get that straight.
Yes.
Second of all, if you're gonna talk about the WNBA specifically, the WNBA is a subsidized league created by the NBA. It's given to them. It continues to be subsidized because the WNBA loses money every single year. What are you talking about, lady?
Yes, they do. We take losses in in college basketball. Women's take losses every year in profits.
No, that's
Who's
facts.
making the profits?
I just said that. I just said that.
They lose money every single year.
When it comes to money, I mean, just being strong enough to want to play a sport that is male dominated, for example. Like,
But you
come
have
on,
to be
tennis,
good for people to watch you.
Basketball.
They are
all those
good,
things.
but it's
Not
not
nearly
as good as the men.
At some
Right.
point, they were like, all right,
But we seen that thing that Bill Burr said,
Yeah.
where he's like, "Why do I have to watch women's basketball? You watch it."
Pick up your own slack.
Probably 75% of the people that watch the WNBA are men.
Women don't
If
watch
women
their
watch
own shit.
right, if women watch the WNBA, they say at the same rates that men watch the WNBA, the WNBA players will get paid just as much as the NBA players. Why? Because there's actually the same or more women than men. Like, but y'all don't do that. Y'all watch Desperate Housewives and other stupid
All
shit,
the drama,
and other
TV
dumb
shows.
shit. That's what y'all watch. So don't get upset when your people don't get paid because that's how this shit works. It's ad dollars. You have to watch them. You have to buy tickets.
They watch Serena Williams.
Right. They watch it. They
watch Serena Williams.
motherfuckers watch. I tell you what. They turn in and watch Wimbledon, don't they?
Yeah.
Right? Men and women play. They watch all that.
Yeah.
They watch all that everywhere. She don't got no problems. She don't got. What are you talking about? Stop playing with me. Stop it.
Because they decided how to be different. Like, the only time I feel like it's okay to make extreme comparisons and differences in the sport is track. That makes sense. Women are naturally built different. We fully accept that. So we have to make those exceptions for us in track.
Oh, only track? Only track. Not basketball. I don't understand how you see track and understand that men is run by women like traffic cones, but yet you see basketball and don't see that if LeBron James played in the WNBA, he'd average 100 points.
Right.
He would
He's
just
running down the freaking...
He would just run down the court and dunk it every single time. Like, you would jump in the air, you would bump into him in the air, and he would dunk it anyway.
That's it.
He would throw your entire team, all 5 of your players, and the ball in the rim.
And
like, what are we talking about?
How much does he weigh? And he's running down the court, and he's coming at you with all that body weight. He's bumping you to the ground.
They're good to stop
it.
LeBron
Like,
James,
you already know their
LeBron
muscle and everything.
LeBron
They
is
said it.
LeBron is 6'8", 260.
He is knocking you down. Running down the court, he's coming full force, knocking you down.
And the thing is, he's 6'8", 260, but has the agility of one of their women who is like 5'5", 140 pounds.
Yeah.
He moves at that speed, if not faster. Yeah. So it's not like you have any speed advantage or strength advantage. He's just gonna run over all of you like your children. It's a
literally.
It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And to hear this fucking nonsense is annoying. It's like stop it.
But in other sports, give women a little bit more credit. You know,
Not basketball.
Not basketball.
So
they hold it down.
Yeah.
Like if we look at, there's a lot of women, there's a lot of female. Like if you're gonna talk about basketball or anything, kind of volleyball, I don't really pay attention to it like that. But like even in basketball, even football, there's a lot of female players that actually play better than a lot of men players. But you'll never catch like other guy crediting them like that. But with a guy,
Wait, are you talking about soccer?
yeah.
Are you talking about soccer?
She's talking about.
But if the women,
That's also not true. Okay.
it's all driven by the market, though. Like it's driven by the fans that want to watch. So if women were better than men, like more fans would watch, they would make more money.
we came into the sport later.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No, that doesn't. No.
set, like,
Yeah,
oh, we probably had like a 40
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
No.
Women, we don't play like men. We play differently. We're
Correct,
not as
yes.
physical,
Yes.
and that's genetic.
Yeah.
We are like women's volleyball is completely different than men's volleyball.
So what if people like that?
Men's volleyball is a lot less like men's volleyball. They'll have
Yeah.
like 2 rallies and then it's over because everyone hits so
Uh-huh.
hard that you can
Yeah.
only do so much.
Yeah.
Women's volleyball is a lot
Right.
different, and that like
Yeah, that's right. They hit so hard that there's only so much you can do with it before it's over with. So, what's the problem there? What if that's what they like?
I'm sorry, that's a little bit more entertaining than just like no. I want
What
to
if-
see like
No, but-
dominate.
But
that.
what if that's the exciting part of the sport to them?
Right.
The exciting part is the speed and physicality. What if that's the
to
exciting
dominate,
part?
like
If that's
competition, it's literally competition.
no, they're still competing. It's just they don't move as fast. They don't jump as high. They don't hit as hard. So she's saying that it's the same.
baby competition.
She's saying it's the same. I'm saying, but what if the speed and physicality is the part that they like? Then what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say that they have to like it your way too? Maybe they don't.
there's a lack of interest. Like women's basketball, you're not going to see girls dunking every single ball,
Right,
windmilling.
right.
And it's like that's not the showboaty, like you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's
I'm like,
what
I
people are
agree.
used to watching.
I
this.
agree,
People
yeah.
don't appreciate
No, let her finish this dumb shit. Let her finish that dumb point.
the talent, the tactics.
I think
The tactics. You think you're about to make the argument that WNBA has better tactics? Why? Because the men the women aren't able to rely on physicality?
right.
No, there's a more emphasis on the use of physicality. But to say that women have better tactics in WNBA is absolute fucking nonsense. The tactics are the fucking same.
Yeah.
Because the WNBA coaches watch the NBA and they run the same fucking plays. Like, women can run the same plays men can, except for alley-oops. So, like, and they can still run tip-ins. It's the same fucking thing as
You
that.
can't change people.
They run the same thing. So, that's a lie. That's a lie right there. Strategy? What fucking strategy? Strategy is the coach and the fucking players. There's still a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, a power forward, and a fucking center. It's all the same.
They're
What are you
just
talking
upset
about?
because they're not appreciated. Because people don't watch them and they play so
It's
hard
goofy. It's
and
goofy.
so long to get to where they are, and people don't appreciate them. They don't feel appreciated. That's their problem, because it's like nobody watches them and they play for the love of the sport.
Well,
They
say
play
that.
hard,
Well, say
but
that.
nobody's watching them, so they're pissed off. But you can't sit here
I
and
used to
make
watch
people-
the WNBA, so don't tell me.
But you're not a girl, so therefore,
That's not my fault.
Going back to
I
what
can't
you
tell
were
them
just
what to
saying.
do. I can't tell them what to do. I can't make them
You
watch it.
can't, right? You can't force
I can't cut off
the whole
fucking.
nation of women to watch something that they're not interested.
I can't
in.
cut off the Kardashians. I don't know what to tell you.
Only you guys have that passion for it because you play for it. That's it.
Well, somebody better watch them, or they better get women together to watch them.
obviously men are going to be better because testosterone isn't there.
Yeah,
and they
right,
have
right.
it's
It
just
also
fine.
makes them
It's
more
just-
emotional. Fun fact.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
Not really, but go ahead.
But I think it's just
The
No,
people,
no, it
the
doesn't
people,
make sense.
the people who have mood swings are not men. They're it's women. Go ahead.
physically more better than
Yeah.
us. But why do we have to have that comparison? They may be a great player, they may be a great athlete, but why can't there's also
'Cause that's
that
life.
that's
Everyone's
women.
compared to
Why can't I
everything.
be compared to a woman? Why have to?
That's how you're playing the same sport. That's
what
life.
I think.
I'd rather be compared to a guy in basketball because they're better.
But
Like-
there's great. But there's
No, man. Like if they said you play like LeBron James, I'd be like, dope. That's the best basketball player in
Right.
the world. Like, what?
That's a compliment.
Up there, top.
No, I would pick LeBron. He's better.
All person, like, all
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
to that. Like,
Yeah.
that's completely your opinion. There's,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's fine. It doesn't like
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
I know that when I was a teenager and I first started in volleyball, like I was constantly compared to guys.
Yeah.
Like initially,
Yeah, yeah.
because I had a very masculine
never
and
been
aggressive way of playing, as
Same.
opposed to just straight tactics.
Same.
So it makes sense. But I did take it as a compliment. Like
Yeah.
I never had an issue with it because I was just like, gang shit. Like,
Yeah.
And then you ruin it
Right.
by having your little goofy opinion.
But when it came to a point where I realized, like, men don't have to be the pinnacle of power. Like,
But
that's
they
what
are.
it is. Like, I'm a little tired of that narrative.
That's so cute. It's not a narrative. It's a fact.
Right.
When you're talking about being good at sports, physicality and strength and fighting, any of that shit, you say men don't have to be the pinnacle of power. You don't get to decide who's the pinnacle of power. That's power decides the pinnacle of power.
And outweighing Majority.
Your feelings don't get to decide that, oh, I feel like we should be as powerful. You're not, and you won't ever be. So there's really nothing you can say about that.
You have
like,
a few,
this shit's stupid.
Few
Like,
women,
I'm done with this.
There are a few women out there that, okay, you can say, oh, they were badass and they would, like, you know, on top.
A lot of women are badass, but you have to keep things.
You're still going to be compared to a man.
You have to keep things, because that's what men are the best at.
Yeah.
So you need to keep things in proper context. This isn't a something we were talking about intelligence or fucking playing chess where, oh, men don't have to be the pinnacle of power. You're right, they don't. But if we're talking about something that men are innately better at just by being men, by being born with testosterone, to argue that, oh, men aren't the pinnacle of power, yet none of you motherfuckers can dunk and none of you could play in the NBA. And so that pinnacle of power really has nothing to do with anyone's choices. It just is.
And it's so sad because it's actually statistically proven that women are actually smarter than men, but they're outstandingly. Like, I just don't get the disconnect. Like,
they're smarter than men, but can't
comprehend certain things like this. Like, this is crazy. It's funny to me. Like, wow.
Anyway, that's it for this one. We'll holla at you.